Hey, good evening. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Come on in the room. I'm going to turn on my phone, which I had on and started to get ready so I could monitor who is in the room, and then I stopped doing what I was doing. Who knows what happened with that? All right. Come on in. Come on in. It is Set It Up Sunday. Set It Up Sunday, and I'm Renita Alexander, the Leadership Locksmith, your host. This is our weekly conversation about setting up your day, your week, your life for success in whatever way you define success, because it's all about you. Set It Up Sunday is really about being intentional. So thank you for joining live. If you are here, say hey. If you're here live, just say hello. Let's see if I see any comments. Just say hello. And in honor of Beyonce's birthday, yes, which was yesterday, I believe this weekend, maybe you can just say, I was here. I'm a Beyonce fan. All right. Come on in. So Set It Up Sunday, we talk about a lot of things here. We talk about practical planning. We talk about productivity hacks. We've talked about prioritizing all of the many roles that we have in our lives, whatever those roles may be. You may have noticed I do have a tendency to focus on things. And so on social media, the last few weeks, I've been talking about the ways in which we show up. So I talked about being authentic. I talked about being confident. I talked about being present. And this week, I've been talking about appearance. So that's what we're going to focus on tonight. I did a social media post about wearing a uniform, and in the post, there's a picture of me in my Air Force uniform. My uniform obviously connected me to the branch of the military that I was proud to serve in, the United States Air Force. And my goal while I was in the Air Force, and I did over 26 years, almost 27 years, my goal, and that was not my goal initially, that became my goal probably about 7 to 10 years in. And what I tried to do is to never allow someone to make a decision that was detrimental to my career, that was based on my appearance. So all of the things that, people get all turned around about, your weight, your hair, how I wore my uniform, any of those things that could impact comments that were put into my performance evaluation, I tried to control because it was one of the few things I could control. Now, I don't know if you can see it here. I am wearing my University of Alabama shirt. I'm going to pull the camera down just a little bit. You can maybe see the top of the A here. I'm wearing an Alabama shirt because this weekend I went to the University of Alabama home opener, which was played in the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta. And while I was there, I connected with some of my line sisters. So I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta, the largest predominantly Black sorority in the United States. So this shirt identifies me as a fan, at least a fan of Alabama. I am an alum, as I just said. It's interesting. On the plane, I had as I was flying back today, I had a jacket on, and so you couldn't see my shirt, but the lady sitting next to me noticed my mask. So my mask, I don't know if you can see, this is houndstooth, and this is another identifier for the University of Alabama football team. And so she asked me if I was, a fan of University of Alabama, and I informed her I was an alum, and she was too. So this identified me as a fan, like I said, at least a fan of Alabama. I'm also wearing elephants. So elephants, our mascot is Big Al, which is an elephant. But elephants also are connected to my sorority. So at the University of Alabama, we used to always say our elephants do double duty. So somebody seeing me without the shirt, or maybe with the shirt, but maybe seeing the elephants, or if I didn't have a shirt and saw the elephants, might connect me to sorority. So that's one of the things that our clothing does. It connects us to organizations. It connects us maybe to a business, an enterprise. If I had had on something different, people would have made assumptions about, what organization I was a part of. But the truth is, and what I've been talking a lot about this week is our appearance is really a reflection of what we feel about ourselves. And it can also influence how we feel. So you've heard the saying, um, fake it till you make it, or here's another one, nothing succeeds like the appearance of success. Here's a tongue-in-cheek one, is looking good is better than feeling good, right? So do you have a favorite quote or saying about appearance? If you have one, just type it in the chat, type it in the comments, and I would love to hear what your favorite comment is, or your favorite saying is about appearance. I'm not seeing this live in the room, so here we go. All right, I had to tap it. Okay, if you have a favorite quote about appearance, just put it in the chat. So when we look good in whatever way we define that for ourselves, we feel good. I'm pretty casual, kind of sporty when it comes to different, events. So this weekend, I wore a T-shirt that had the symbols for the chapter that I pledged at. So when we got together as a line, we had a little mini reunion. I was very casually dressed. Some people were a little bit more dressed up, but I was comfortable in what I was wearing. And when we feel good about what we're wearing, when we feel good about our appearance, we're much more motivated to be who we want to be, and also to do what we say we're going to do. So our appearance can be a motivator. So I've shared two examples of kind of what our appearance does. It makes us feel better. It can result in greater productivity and enthusiasm about what we're doing. It also connects us, as I said, my Alabama shirt, my earrings, my mask connected me to the University of Alabama. But our appearance can also, and our clothing can also connect us to our purpose and our goals and our passions, right? And so it can also remind us of who we are when we're dressed in a way that makes us feel good. It can remind us of who we are at our core. So who dressing, to reflect all of that is a really great form of self-expression. It allows us to bring out our personality and our creativity. And then there's another thing that our appearance and our clothing choices do, and that is around the psychology of color. So my business colors, for example, are purple and red, and those are colors that I love together. I love that color combination. But I did a little research on what those colors meant as I was making the choices, and they had pretty good meaning. The red usually signifies a boldness. Purple usually is associated with royalty. So it's like, okay, I can go with those colors. But certain colors evoke certain emotions. So colors like green can evoke calmness. Blue can, make us feel more relaxed. Orange may, bring about high energy. And we think of those colors, we think of colors sometimes when we think about our rooms, but it also can impact us when we have surrounded ourselves in colors that make us feel good. Now, one of the things I said as I was setting up for this particular broadcast, I talked about just the fact that we're getting ready. Many of us are getting ready to go back to a workspace for the first time in over a year. So I got two questions for you. You can put them in, you can comment in the chat. How did not having to go into work affect your appearance? So that's one. And then what are some of the things that you've done or maybe you're doing to get ready to go back to work? So there's two questions here. How did not having to go to work affect your appearance? And what are some of the things you've done or maybe that you're doing to get ready to go back? And while you put those answers in the chat, I'm going to just share a couple of things that you can do to help you feel ready if you're going back for the first time to make that first appearance at the office. All right. So first of all, just the effort you make and putting some effort into your appearance can enhance motivation. It can help you feel accomplished, right? So I put some effort into how I look today. I feel good about that, right? So that can help. That can be helpful. And then a second thing you can do is just to get rid of clothing pieces that maybe connect you to this past year. So if you had some things that because you may have even worn them out, you may have even worn them out. So if you have things that connect you to this past year, and then in general to events and to people and to feelings that don't make you that are negative, then those are things that maybe you shouldn't be wearing or that you should even perhaps get rid of. And so the clothing, some, not all, some locations some places that accept donations are accepting clothing, and so find one of those and maybe donate those clothes if you feel a certain way about just throwing them in the trash. And then the other thing that you can do is find that pop of color. Just like we talked about, find something that is going to make you feel good about going back to the office. Maybe you're already excited. Maybe you're just excited about going to the office. But in case you're not, those are three things that you can do to get excited. You don't have to go out and get a whole new wardrobe. Unless you have gained the COVID-19, then you might have to make some adjustments to what it is that you're wearing. But these ideas can help you get ready to go back. But it's not just about going back. It's not about presenting yourself to other people. Really, again, as I said at the outset, it's really about yourself. It's about making yourself feel good and then showing up in a way that is going to make you feel confident, make you feel engaged, make you feel ready to show people and show yourself that you are ready to lead. All right. So, do we have any? Let's see if anybody answered the questions. Kathy's here. Kathy, did you sing I Am Here? All right. Representation is important. Yes. Hey, Martin. I always call her Major Thomas because I always butcher her name. So I'm just going to say Major Thomas is here. Anybody have any little tricks of the trade that you're doing to get ready to go back to work? I know Major Thomas added a little color, a little pop of color to her hair. I saw that on social media. So that is awesome. Ready for a new school year. I'm going to give it a couple more comments because, of course, there's always a delay between when I ask the question and when people have an opportunity to respond in the comments. What are you doing to get ready to go back to work? Kathy, the Eisenhower Method. I talk about Eisenhower Method as a hack, a productivity hack, just to make sure that you are focused on what is important in your day, and that's not just for work, but that can also be in your personal life. So, One of the things I mentioned Beyonce earlier. One of the things that I read in the recent cover article, and I forget which magazine that it was in. And this is speaking, Kathy, to the Eisenhower Method. But as a teenager, she recognized that she needed to focus on those things, those activities that were helping her get to her goal, and anything that didn't do that, anything that was not in support of her reaching her goals, she didn't give any energy to it. So I just thought that was pretty remarkable for a teenager to be that focused on her goals, her purpose, her vision for her life. So okay, I am not seeing any comments, so we're about out of time. This is our designated time for Set It Up Sunday. So I'm going to give you back the rest of your Sunday night. Please enjoy your rest of your Sunday night and the rest of your week. I'll be right back here again next Sunday for Set It Up Sunday. I'll see you then.